Hello, 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 Carol. Just getting technology set up here. You just give me a second. And we will see if I can get everything going here. I popped on a couple minutes early just because I wanted to make sure that this technology worked. Hello, Melanie. Glad you could join. All right, I think I have everything up and running. All right, ladies, we are going to get started because I have got a whole whack of stuff going on here tonight. I would ask if you could please like and share this video. The more people that watch, the more people we inspire and the more fun we have. So please take a moment to like and share this video. Tonight we are going to talk about a lot of things, but first I have to get a little bit of business out of the way for the viewers that don't know me. My name is Shel Anderson. I am an independent demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shellscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshell@gmail.com. You found me tonight on Facebook at Stamp with Shell, and you can find me on YouTube under Shel Anderson. All right, we're gonna talk a couple of tips tonight, and we're going to talk about a couple of funny things that have happened in the last little bit. Hey, Michelle, glad you could join us. First off, to my girls who were in my VIP group on the weekend, I apologize once again for my giggling meltdown. It was out of my control, and I'm sorry about that, but I was just absolutely shocked, and once I started giggling, I couldn't stop. So, sorry about that. Apologies for that. Hopefully that won't happen tonight, even though I do have a funny story to tell you after we get started here. All right, I'm going to sit my catalogs aside for a moment, and I am going to pull in this. And I just have a piece of paper toweling here, and I have some of the Celebration paper. This is the Bedazzling 6x6 paper that have all those little tiny facets on it. Well, I'm going to show you how you can color it. You'll still have the sparkle, but it's going to be colored. And how you do that is you take Stampin Spritzer, and I suppose I should pull up that in the catalog and show you where those are as well. They are on page 129 of your catalog, right here. Number 8 on page 129. Alright, so we're going to take this empty Stampin' Spritzer, and we are going to put some alcohol in there. And I just put about this much, just a little wee bit. Alright, and then I'm going to close my alcohol up so it doesn't evaporate. And I am going to take some pink ink, and I am going to put seven drops of re-inker in here. And here's just a tip. You can use your current re-inkers if you're actually trying to match something, but I'm not trying to match anything. I am using a retired Regal Rose re-inker. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to take this re-inker and we are going to spritz our paper. Now you can spritz it all one color, which I'm going to do here, or you can use multiple colors and do like an ombre design. All right, that is just enough. That little bit that I did is just enough. I'm going to pull this up to the camera, and I'm hoping it's not reflecting too much. Give me a minute for this to catch up. And you see that I'm holding it on an angle and that it's pooling down here. I'm doing that intentionally because I want that to run off. And yes, it went through my paper towel. All right, that's my first one done with a pink reinker. Now we're going to do, hey Pam, glad you could join. Now we're going to do another one. And this one is with a Pacific Point spritz spray. And that's just alcohol. And I'm really dosing it. And we're just going to let that sit for just a moment. I'm going to have ink all over me. Surprise, surprise. Once again, I'm going to lift it up and let it pool off the end. You can daub it if you want. I like it better if you just pool it off. Let me fold that over. And there. Oh, see what happened when I daubed it? It took some of it off. So I strongly suggest that you just set it on an angle and let it pool off and then let it dry. So that is with Pacific Point, and this one was with a retired reinker called Regal Rose. So that's showing you how very easily you can color your paper, your celebration paper. Now this will work with glimmer paper as well. So I'm just going to go over here and set these aside to let them completely dry. And then I have to clean up my mess because I've got this stuff everywhere, even though I had paper towel under there. But I just wanted to show you guys that tip so that when if you get that bedazzling paper from Celebration, that you will have alternative things that you can do with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, that stuff is gorgeous on its own, but why not ink it up if we can, right? All right, I think I am not going to transfer any more ink. All right, now that was one tip that I wanted to show you. The second tip that I wanted to show you, oh yes, I wanted to show you a super quick and easy way to clean your blocks. Your acrylic blocks, they're going to get ink stains on them. They're going to get, mine get glue on them all the time. And if you just take a little squirt of alcohol and a soft cloth and just rub it, all that ink and all those little glue dots will come off. And it will be sparkling clean. And I just use alcohol and then just set them like that and let them dry. It just takes a couple of seconds because the alcohol evaporates. But the alcohol helps take off the glue, shines your blocks up beautifully. And it's very cheap, and your stamps are going to stick very well. Okay, that's our two tips. So we're going to get started on our cards for tonight. I promised you 4 cards tonight, and we're going to do something a little bit differently. We are going to be playing with a new bundle in the annual catalog called All Squared Away. It's on page 117 of the annual catalog, and it has 4 square stamps and a bunch of greetings. Now on its own it doesn't look like much, and this catalog really doesn't do it much justice. So I thought that might be a good bundle to play with and show you. And there are 4 square dies. They're all different. And then there's some little accessory dies that are the flowers. Okay? So just so that this video wasn't super long tonight, I did some pre-cutting and some prep. So I'm going to bring the pieces in and I'll show you what we're going to do. I am using tonight the note cards and envelopes. All right. These are found. Get that catalog back here again. Hey Susan, glad you could join us. I think they're on page 136. Yes, they are. Right down here in the corner, the note cards and envelopes. There's 20 cards, 20 envelopes for $9.50. You can get them in very vanilla or in the basic white. Tonight I have the basic white. So I'm just going to set the envelopes aside and the card bases aside for right now, and we are going to work on the pretty part of this. I cut 4 squares of cardstock, and this all came out of my scrap bin. I've got Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Real Red, and Bermuda Bay. And then those are, I forget, those are 2 1/4. And then these little white ones are 1 3/4. So I have 4 of those. Actually, I have 6 in case I make a mistake. And then I have die cut these beautiful, aren't those pretty? This is the first time I've used this bundle, so I was quite impressed. I've die cut 1 of each of the squares, and then I've die cut some of the bits. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of stamping on these pieces, and that stamping is going to be done with these 4 different squares. So I am going to grab a mat and a block, and we're going to stamp. Alright, so my inks are Magenta Madness, Real Red, Bermuda Bay, and Bumblebee to coordinate with my cardstock. So we're just going to stamp 1 of each, and there's no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing these. I'm just picking a stamp and picking an ink color. And hopefully I stamp it correctly. Not too concerned about these little pieces here because I'll show you. This is an overlay, so you're not going to see that little bit. So now, let me get my chamois so I can clean that stamp. And I'm just going to stick it back on the stamp case for now and grab another one. And we'll grab another ink color as well. This one's going to be Real Red. So while we're doing this stamping, I have a super funny story to tell you about what happened to me last night in the middle of the night. You ready for a good laugh? Melanie, you're going to laugh again. There's no worries. And I swear to God, this is the God's truth. I am not embellishing this even a little bit. I got up in the middle of the night and I was extremely thirsty. So I went out to the kitchen to get a a drink of water. And I have like under the cabinet lighting, so I only turned on the under the cabinet light, and I opened the fridge, got a bottle of water, started to take a drink, and I turned towards the sink. And when I did that, I saw one of those great big black spiders right on my countertop by my sink. Well, anybody who knows me knows that I hate bugs. So I was freaking the heck out. So I threw my water on the island, and I ran over by the front door looking for a shoe that I could kill this spider with. Well, the only thing I could find, because I didn't have any lights on, only this little under cabinet light on the other side of the room, the only thing I could find, if you can believe this, is a winter skidoo boot. So I bravely grabbed this winter skidoo boot and ran back into the kitchen, and I figured by the time I got back there, this spider would be long gone. But no, he was still there on the counter, so I grabbed this boot and I lifted it up and I whacked this spider. And lifted the boot, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be gross. And the spider's still laying there. No change, and I thought, oh my God, I must have missed it. So I pick up this skidoo boot and I whack the counter again. And I hear my husband in the bedroom, and he's like, like, you know, what kind of craziness is this? What is she doing out there? Like, but he didn't get up. And I think I'm going to restamp that one. I think that one's going to be too much of a gap. So I whack this thing the second time and lift up the boot gingerly. And once again, no change. So I'm thinking, what the heck? So I turn around, I turn on the overhead light, boot raised to hit this thing again, and I take into laughing hysterically. I was whacking the hell out of a piece of lettuce that was laying on the countertop that I thought was a spider. Yes, ladies, yeah, that poor countertop and poor boot will never be the same. Yeah. Lesson is, I guess, put your eyeglasses on when you go to the kitchen. Oh my. Never a dull moment, I'll tell you that. All right, so we have stamped our 4 little squares. And now we are going to put our 4 little overlays over the top. Just make sure I'm in camera here. And I'm just going to use Tombow, if I can get it started, on the back side. And I'm not putting a whole heck of a lot, but on the backs of these leaves, I'm just going to stick some. So, let me see how I had planned this out. I had this one on here, I believe, with that. So then this one would go on here. And you notice I'm using my silicone mat. Nothing sticks to this. You can just rub glue right off it when you're done with your finger. Now I didn't need to stamp these squares to put in between. I could have just used the cardstock. But I wanted to try everything out since this is the first time I've used this set. Okay, let's try this again. There we go, that's better. All right, so let's just put this together. I did these little accessory dies. I thought it would be neat to cross coordinate them, so like put a different pop of color on. And then on this one, I have no fingernails whatsoever. All right, let's continue and then I'll get my tweezers. So this one is going to go on the yellow. And I just grabbed the note cards because I thought they would be easy. And to be honest, I got home from work at 5:15 and I didn't have a clue what I was going to do for my live tonight. So I just grabbed a bundle that I'd never used before, if I'm being honest. And seeing as you know the spider story, I might as well be honest, right? Okay. This one is directional. That's not right either. Nor is that. I think it goes like this. It does. There we go. Just going to sit those ones up there while I work on these. Pam, are you in the city tonight? Or are you in the country? All right. Oh, that's pretty. So I crossed this red with the Bermuda Bay. So our flowers will give us a little pop. And now I need to find my tweezers and put some of these little babies on. Everybody's so quiet tonight. I received one of my challenge card kits back already, if you can believe that. I'm so looking forward to see the other ones. And final one. Like so. All right. So we have a little leftover bit. Now we get to bring in our beautiful squares. So this one is designed to go on here. And this one on here. See how this is going? Isn't that cool? And super, super easy. Just came right out of my scrap bin. So I'm gluing these directly down because I think, I don't know, because I really don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm going to pop these on dimensionals onto the front of the note cards. That's my plan. We'll see how that works out. And I'm just centering these in the middle of each of the squares. Yes, Melanie, it's very cute. The catalog really doesn't do this one justice. And the cards that I'm making tonight are super, super simple. I mean, you can really pop this one up and give it some wow. But I wanted to keep it nice and simple to show that you can make really cute cards simply. All right. Now, I'm not going to attach these, but my plan is to put one on each of the fronts of the cards, but I have to figure out some greetings as well. So this could be any greetings. Let's just pull each one of these. Happiest of birthdays to you. That one looks cute there. And I mean, you can put these on tags. I'm not going to tonight because I'm keeping it simple. And then on the inside, you could put, you are so worth celebrating. Or, oh, this one goes together. Let's put this one here. You are so worth celebrating, like our friendship. And then we have, oh no, this one, oh, like our friendship. And the fourth one is, the best thing about today is you. All right, so now, the challenge is, do I use my Stamparatus? Or, yeah, I think I do. I need a drink of water, or a pop here, to get me. I don't want to ruin them. I've got them this far without messing up. So I'm just going to pop them up here and clean my Stamparatus because it's a mess. You should have seen this desk last night. I was trying to make a card for, actually this card. I was doing a challenge blog hop today and you had to make a card using punches. Well, you should have seen this desk. I have a, I don't know, 8-foot desk. It was full. I couldn't find anything. All right, so I'm just gonna take out the foam mat because these are stamps that don't require it. Come on, work with me. There we go. So I'm just going to place this in here for eyeball purposes. Good things grow like our friendship. That's so cute. So we're going to load up the stamps and then we'll have a look and see if they're straight. They look pretty good, I think. And I am just going to use black ink. Cross our fingers. Perfect. Whoops. And next card, we'll just put that in place. Eyeball this. Oh, yeah, that would have been bad. Let's just take those stamps off there. And put them on the case. Better take it off and have a look. That one looks good too. Same thing. Black ink. Bam. 2 for 2. I wonder if Stampin' Up! Planned the fact that there's 4 greetings and 4 different flowers. I bet you they did. So, just from one stamp set, I'm going to have 4 different cards. And you could grab greetings from
other sets super, super easily. And of course we could have really went over the top with these, but sometimes simple is good. Michelle, good question. So when I put my stamp down here, I'm just eyeballing it. I'm trying to make sure that the perimeter is even this way and this way as best I can. And then I'm putting the stamp in the middle underneath. But when I take this off and look at it, there's grid lines on the Stamparatus going vertically and horizontally. And you can see if the grid line falls through the letters in the same place on each side. So if my stamp was skewed like this, I don't know whether the camera's picking this up or not. Let me see if it catches up. If it was skewed like this, I would easily be able to see that there's not a line, horizontal line going through happiest, and then I would be able to straighten it back out. That way you don't have any crooked greetings, because when I use a block, greetings are crooked. Although I do have one customer who intentionally stamps things crooked, because that way they look intentional and it doesn't matter that it's crooked, right? All right, now put the cover on the ink. Did you understand that, Michelle? I hope I explained it right. If not, next time I see you, I can show you. I don't mind doing that a bit. All right, so some dimensionals. I think that these are going to be cute if we pop them up. And yes, that's a lot of dimensionals, I agree. But you know me, I like things to stay put, and I don't like saggy middles. Okay, good, I'm glad. Yeah, there's lines both vertically and horizontally. And if you were making a whole bunch of cards, there's two plates with two sides on each, so you have 4 panels. So you could set, if you were making a whole bunch of cards exactly the same, you can set your Stamparatus up and just go to town, just bam, 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 and you've got a production line happening. I'm using all my bones around the edges. I don't waste anything when it comes to dimensionals. All right. Now let's get all these cards back down here. I guess I think I had this one on here. Yeah. I think that's how I had them. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Now I'm just going to peel off all of these little backings. And same thing, trying to center it so that all my margins are the same. I love Bermuda Bay and red together. They just pop.
And you could leave these white. You didn't have to put these colored flowers on, but I just thought it was a cool idea.
what do you think? Does it go like this or does it go like this? This looks like a leaf to me. I guess it could go either way. We're going to go this way. And one more. I don't know what's happening here tonight. There is no crisis happening right now. That's like almost unheard of. I usually screw something up. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut till we get this all done. All right, I've got 4 little bows that I need to get some glue dots on. And then I brought in a whole bunch of little embellishments so that we can embellish these and pretty them up. And I'm just going to put this bow like so. I mean, it's only baker's twine, it's not fancy, but it's something. If we wanted to be fancy, we could use ribbon in each of the colors. Well, sticking to my finger and not the baker's twine. There we go. I'll get it in place. So those of you that ordered from me last week, your order should be in tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today, but apparently Customs wanted to have a look as to what was in my box. Yet again. You would think that they see that I get orders all the time, that I'm not smuggling. I really don't know what they're looking for. And one more. There we go. That one's tail's a little bit long because of the way the greeting is. So I'm going to make that one shorter. And now all we have left to do is embellish. So I have some of these resin dots. I might use those. Then I have just plain old rhinestones. I guess I don't have any open. And then I brought in some in-color jewels because I wanted those magenta ones. Now, here is my tool. I don't have my take your pick tool here. So I'm going to use this. And 1, 2, 3. That looks cool. I wonder what these would look like on here. You know, that's okay. 1, 2, and 3. All right. That's it for those, for sure. So, since I don't have anything but red and Bermuda Bay left, we're going to use rhinestones. Oops, these are opened. And I'm going to go with little ones because these are little cards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there we have it, my friends. That is our cards for tonight. Let me bring these up close so that you can actually see them. Waiting. Reindeer antlers. Melanie, you're awful. There we go. Just let me get these down a little bit. Waiting for the camera to catch up. There we go. Now I'm in camera view. There's those two. And there's those two. And of course we have our coordinating envelopes here somewhere. And we could very easily stamp across here or add some DSP or some cardstock to pretty up our envelopes. But that's how I'm doing them for tonight. Just plain Jane with a little pop of color. Actually, I should have put, I'm gonna. Bear with me while I find. Oh, I need this big box of tricks here. Somewhere in here. Well, oh, there they are. Because there's so much white in this card, we can use pearls in the center of these flowers. Alright, I'm going to put this big one to cover up this stuck. Oh, that's better, eh? Isn't that cute? And then in this one, I wonder if these ones are too small. Yeah. Be helpful if I got the plastic off the top. You didn't see that. Oh, they're gonna fit. Perfect. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Holy moly, those are tiny. I'm going to curse at this one in a minute. Okay, go away. I'll get a new one. I think part of my problem with these is these are really, really old pearls. Like I said a couple of videos ago, I haven't used pearls in ages. And these ones are different than our current ones, as you can see. These are from many moons ago. So they may have lost a little bit of their stick. I think we'll go with a medium-sized one here. There we go. All right, my friends, we're all pearled up. We're all glittered and sparkled up. That's the best I can do for tonight. All right, I will see you guys all on Sunday. If you haven't checked the VIP group today, there's a free tutorial posted there for you. Enjoy. Bye-bye.